time to bridge the gap of information on World Mobile with me, Jessica Walker, and joining me I have World Mobile COO, Alan Omnet. Alan, thank you so much for joining me today.
It's a pleasure.
Great to have you as well. And I'm really fascinated by World Mobile, and we've chatted to a lot of the team, and we've already spoke to Mickey, the CEO. I'd love to hear from you some of your background and how you came into the telecoms industry.
So I left university from a course doing business and computer science in London. And at the time it was when the telecoms industry was being liberalized. So there was a duopoly between BT and Mercury. There was no competition, there was no innovation. And I joined a startup and we took off-the-shelf equipment. We took PCs and some software and we wrote a switch. And before we knew it, we were competing with BT. And it was very innovative. And we managed to grow a service so it's being used by the travel industry and corporates, people like American Express and Virgin and many others. And what we found was that legacy operators they stuck with their existing infrastructure. And by coming in and changing the mold, we found that we could compete. So that was my first experience in telecoms. It was all really good fun, great team, great, really exciting. And then, the last 20 years, I've been involved in many different parts of telecoms, from writing software for switches to building mobile services to deploying equipment across the world. And just sort of generally seeing that what you can do with technology, how it can transform things.
And that's fascinating that you've worked in different realms of telecoms, because by wearing these different hats, you've probably been able to identify some positives, but also quite a few negatives or things that need to be adjusted or improved, which I guess brings us to today and the work that you've done with Mickey. So talk us through the inception of World Mobile, because this was around 3 years ago, if that's correct. How did you meet Mickey? How did you guys come into contact?
I'll go back a little bit further. I've worked with Mickey in the telecoms industry for probably 6 or 7 years. And around that time, I first came across Bitcoin and blockchain and what it was doing, and delved into the realms of crypto and blockchain technology. And over the years, I attended many crypto events, joined the community, and then had a look at what telecoms was doing with blockchain. People like IBM and Deloitte have come out with papers about how it can be used to fix the telecoms industry and solve some fraud issues or billing issues, or build some number ranges. And what we found was they were missing the point. Blockchain is it's a game changer. And telecoms operators were looking at it and seeing how to fit it in to their current operation. And I thought, well, hang on, really you've got to re-architect the whole business, because this is a foundational layer. So for me, coming into blockchain, into telecoms, I found that really you've got to start from those foundations and build something on top of that. And when I was talking to Mickey about this, we reached the same conclusion. It's not just about adding blockchain in, it's about how you can rebuild a whole industry and solve the problems that are inherent in the industry. There's 1,000 mobile operators, there's big tech companies that are trying to solve this problem, bridging the digital divide. But it's not happened. There's still half the people not connected. So, what we found really is that you needed to come up with a new model. And for us, it was about the sharing economy, along with some other solutions. And when you put those together, then you can build something really new and exciting. So that's when we came together with our ideas and formulated the plan for how we could go about this. And it's been really exciting and great ever since.
And you've put that plan into practice, and it's now in execution, and it's already or the steam train's already rolling, as it were. And if we talk about the manifesto and the white paper as well, the creation of that, how was that to put into paper the ideas that you had? And then what was the kind of feedback that you had when you were looking to get more people on board and really share the concept, because it's something that hasn't been done before?
I mean, what we do find quite incredible is when we talk to people about the plan, how many people join the mission. We've got, in terms of the team, we've been so lucky, so fortunate that people, they want to help. You know, they want to solve this problem. And you're talking about people who have been in the industry for a long time, people who have provided finance to mobile operators, people who've installed solar energy to thousands of farmers, people who have, you know, great innovation in creating free space optics and new technologies, solar-powered drones. We're all working towards the same goal. So what we find is that when we talk about what we're doing in the mission, I think they find that they want to be part of it. They want to be part of the change. They want to see the change. They want to see this actually make the difference that other operators haven't done today. So that's, you know, how the team have come together. In terms of the white paper, you know, you mentioned a white paper. What we found is, yeah, I've seen a lot of white papers, and you know, a lot of them are just marketing brochures and, you know, glossy brochures about some part of the technology. But for us, it was about taking, distilling the problem into, you know, taking the complexity out, but actually addressing the solution. The Bitcoin white paper was beautiful. You know, it's not a huge white paper, but it describes very succinctly how you solve that particular problem. So for our white paper, it was about how do you solve this problem where you provide a sharing economy to create a new telecommunications infrastructure.
Amazing. So if people are watching that are maybe in this industry or in this realm that do want to get involved and help out, what does it do for someone that wants to get involved with World Mobile? What process do they have to undergo? Okay,
anybody can help out with World Mobile. There are so many ways that you can help out. Firstly is join the community. You know, we have many social media channels where you can get involved, whether it's designing some graphics, whether it's helping translate some materials, whether it's telling people about the service. So you've got the community side of it. Then you have, if you actually want to run part of the network, so for the Earth nodes, okay, you may need some technical abilities to install the software and run an Earth node, but you can do that from anywhere in the world. So that's, you know, it's pretty open globally to help on that front. And then if you want to provide a connectivity, so then you move on to the air nodes. So if you want to set up an air node where we're deploying infrastructure, then, you know, that's open for businesses, communities, people who have a passion for what we're doing to get involved and install an air node and provide that connectivity. Providing this connectivity and providing the Earth nodes, you're going to earn from it. So you're going to be rewarded for doing that and become part of this new sharing economy.
Amazing. And I want to ask you how the staking element works. But before we get to that, I want to identify for our viewers that potentially don't fully know what staking is. First of all, what is staking? And then how does the staking process with World Mobile work?
First of all, let's look at proof of stake. So what does that mean? So the proof of stake consensus was conceptualized in 2012, I believe. So the first white paper. And it was aimed to address the power consumption issue of proof of work, which we all hear about today, and people are talking about the power consumption issues. So proof of stake was formulated to resolve, you know, one of those key problems. What it actually is, it's a consensus mechanism. So it allows a network of nodes to reach an agreement, a consensus on a truth. So to have a decentralized distributed network where they're independent people, there's no centralized body. The trust comes from reaching that consensus where we all agree to what is a valid transaction on the network. So that's where the proof of stake comes in. What does it mean about having a stake is that I need to take some tokens, a number of tokens, and I need to stake them into the network so that if I am an honest participant, I'll be rewarded. And if I'm not an honest participant, then the potential is that I'll lose part of all of my stake in the network. So it helps to provide that honesty in the network. So that's kind of what staking is. Hopefully that answers the question. And then if we move on to how we're using it, so on our network, yes, as the blockchain operations, you're rewarded for running the nodes and validating transactions. But in addition to that, you also earn additional rewards for providing other services, communication services, network services, on top of the blockchain operations.
And it's absolutely fascinating the ripple effect that World Mobile will have when it comes to the technology element and also how it will actually integrate and, I firmly believe, change lives. So for me, I'm really excited to hear your vision for the next 2 to 3 years with World Mobile, how you see it actually evolving and how you see it impacting local economies and local regions.
I can't wait to see it. You know, it's going to be a great journey. I think, you know, the mission is about bridging the digital divide. Yeah. To do that, we have to go the extra mile. Many tech companies, thousands of operators have tried to solve this problem. If we can successfully deliver the sharing economy for this industry, then we can see that change happening. But what is that? Who's going to make it happen? It's you, it's people who run the nodes, it's the community. Together, we're going to make it happen and make the change. So you ask the question, where do I see it? You know, where is it going to be in 2 or 3 years? Well, I'm just really excited to see what people are going to do and how they're going to use this technology. The sharing economy, it enables multiple simultaneous rollouts and deployments in multiple countries at the same time. So, you know, I can see this going very fast, very wide. I can see explosive growth, but it does come down to everybody getting involved and helping to make it happen.
Absolutely, and we'll have to do some more follow-up interviews like this with yourself and with people like Mickey, just to watch these developments as they unfold. But Alan, thank you so much for your time today. It was a pleasure to hear more, and I'm looking forward to seeing any updates. Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks very much. Bye.
Thank you. That's all from myself and Alan, but we'd love to hear how you found this segment. Share your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe for more content like this.